Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Learn How to Sudoku, where we take a very easy variant Sudoku puzzle and break it down in detail so that you can learn how to Sudoku. Today's very easy puzzle is called Wet Ratio by Blobs, and here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9, such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region. Each cage is either full of oil, which are even digits, they're full of water, which are odd digits, or are a mix of both. In all cases, each row within a cage is of just one type, oil or water. So oil is the even digits, water are the odd digits. Oil floats on water, so even digits will always be in rows above odd digits in mixed cages. So every row in a cage is going to be the same type. It's going to be either all even digits or all odd digits. And in a cage with multiple types, the oil must be in rows that are, the even digits must be in rows above odd digit rows. So there cannot be an even digit row below an odd digit row in a cage. Digits in cages do not repeat. So for example, if this were a mixed shading, you could have all even digits here and then this be an odd digit. Or you could have all odd digits here, then that being an even digit. What you could not have is something like that. That's not allowed, where you have 2 even digits and 3 odd digits. You also cannot have something like this, where you have even, odd, and even, because all the even digits must be above the odd digits as rows. So that's not allowed. Anyways, digits in cages do not repeat, and some cages contain clues that indicate the wet ratio, that is oil to water. That is the sum of oil digits divided by the sum of water digits. For example, a 4-cell cage, well, we don't have, okay, so say it's 5-cell. Say this was actually 2/3 here. A 4-cell cage with a clue of 2/3 could be satisfied with 2 and 6 and 9 and 3. Right? Because 2 plus 6 adds up to 8, which is the oil count. And 3 plus 9 adds up to 12, which is the water count. So oil divided by water would be 8 divided by 12, which would be 2/3. So that's how that could be satisfied for the 2/3. For the purposes of this puzzle, a number n divided by 0 is defined to be infinity. So that's an example here, and that's an example here. So that means the water in this cage must add up to 0. That's what it's telling you. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's learn how to Sudoku. Okay, so any clue with a non-infinite or non-zero value, so anything that has 0 means that the oil value is 0, so they have to be both odd. Infinity means that there is 0 water value, so that means they must both be even. Same with this, these are both even. 4 and 9 in a 1:2 ratio means the water has to be there, and the oil, so the odd digit is here, the even digit is here, and it must be 4 and 9. This has even digits, and it's in a 5:3 ratio. This has even digits, it's a 1:2 ratio. So this must be the even digit. These have to be odd. These have to be even. This is guaranteed to be odd, but we don't know about this. We have 4 evens in the box. Oh, this is odd, this is odd, this is even. So that means the last digit must be odd. We have a 1 to 8 ratio. So this is guaranteed to be even. We have 0 here, so these are all odd. 1 to 2. Well, this is odd, so therefore all of these must be odd. This is guaranteed to be even, to have a numerator. Same with this. This has to have a numerator, therefore this must be denominator of odd. Same with this, all numerator. This is denominator. This must be odd and even. Oops. So even here, odd here. We don't have any values here. Okay. 1 to 8 ratio. To add up to 8 for the denominator, we can't have a singleton odd digit. So these all must be odd here. We have 5 odds in row 2, so this must be even, because there's only 5 odds per set of 1 through 9, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. There are no repeats in a cage. So these, even if we had all of these try to be even, we still have to have 1 odd here because there cannot be repeats. There are at most 4 evens in a cage. So this is odd. We could have 5 odds though, so that's not helpful there. These cannot be odd because that would guarantee these are odd, and we'd have 7 odds in the cage, so these must be even. Similarly, these cannot be odd because if these were odd, we'd have 6 odds in the row, so these have to be even. That gives us 4 evens in row 5, so this can't be even, it's odd. We have 5 odds in column 1. So this cannot be odd here. That's even, which means both of these are even because of the way that the cages work. We have 4 evens in row 6, so the rest must be odd. So since this is odd, this must be odd there. In column 7, we have 4 odds and 3 evens. So we have to have an even-odd pair. The even, again, has to be above the odd digit. So that's even, which makes that odd. So the rest of this is odd. The rest of this is even. 2 out of these 3 digits here are even because we have 4 odds in the box. We don't know anything about that. These cannot be even because then we'd have 5 evens in row 8, which is not allowed. So this is odd, which makes that an odd. In column 2, we have 4 evens, so the rest cannot be even. It has to be odd. Therefore, if we had 2 odds here, the problem is we would have 6 odds in the row, which is not allowed. So this is even, which makes this odd because we have 4 evens in row 7. In column 3, we have 5 odds, so this must be even. In this lower central box, we have 4 evens, so this rest cannot be even. It's odd. We have 4 evens in column 4. That leaves the rest as odd. We have 5 odds in column 5. Also, we have 5 odds in row 4, so the rest are even. 5 odds in column 8, so that must be even there. 4 odds in this upper right-hand box, so the rest are odds. That leaves, and we have 5 odds in column 9, so the rest are even here. We have 5 odds in row 1, so this can't be odd. This is even. Also, yeah, the rest are, these are odd. So that makes that even there. Okay. So now we just have to get the ratios right. We have to have something that gets into 8, divides into 8 for the bottom set. And it does have a 7, guaranteed. 3, 5, 7, 9 adds up to 24, which works. 1, 3, 5, 7 adds up to 16, which also works. So it's either 3, 5, 7, 9 or 1, 3, 5, 7 to get a denominator that will divide into 18 correctly. So, but 3, 5, 7, 9 would have to have 3 here as the numerator, which is obviously not an even number. So it must be 1, 3, 5, 7 here, which adds up to 16. And then we have 2 as the numerator. So 2 divided by 16 would be in a 1 to 8 ratio. Therefore, that makes this a 9. This is in a 1 to 2 ratio. So this is at minimum 1, 3, 5, 7, which is 16. And the max this could be is 8, which is exactly in a 1 to 2 ratio. So this must be 1, 3, 5, 7 here. And this must be 9. Because that's the only digit remaining in the box that is odd. 5 to 3 ratio here. Okay. Remaining digits in this box are 1, 3, and 5. 4 to 3 ratio. Okay. 4 to 3 ratio. 4 is the 2 digits have to add up to some multiple of 4. You can't have 2 and you can't add up to 4, period. Which means these digits have to be a 9, I think, right? So to get a denominator that's a multiple of 3, it's either going to be 3 or 9 for an odd digit. And 3 can never be... If it's 3, that means the numerator has to sum up to 4 exactly, but that's not possible because the minimum of 2 unique digits that are even is 2 and 4, which adds up to 6. So this must be 9 here. So these are both 9. That means the numerator is 4 times 3, which is 12. Which means it has to be 4 and 8. So this can't be 8 because of 8 in the column, so that's 4, which makes that 8. This is a 4, 8 pair to add up to 12. That leaves this as 2 and 6. 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's 6 and 2 there. This is then 2, 6 as a pair here. This is 5, 6 here. So this must add up to some multiple of 6 for 2 unique digits. But if this were 6 here, that would force this to be 5, which means the even digits would have to add up to 5, which is not possible. So it can't be 6, it can't be 18. 18 is too large for 2 digits to add up to, so this has to be 12, which it cannot have a 9, so it's 5 and 7. That means this adds up to 10. And we have this has to be a 4 because of 4 in the column. So that makes that 6 there to add up to 10. Remaining digits in row 8 are 2 and 8. This can't, that are even. This can't be 8 because of 8 in the box. So this is 2, that's 8. That leaves this as a 2-8 pair here. This can't be 4, 6, or 8. It's 2. That makes that 8 there. That leaves... Oh, hair in my mouth. I don't know how I did that. Kind of annoying. Sorry about that. We have 4, 6 here as a possibility, and 4, 6 here as a possibility. Same with this. We have 2, 6 here and 2, 6 here as possibilities. So this adds up to 5 versus 3. 5 is obviously not an even digit or even sum, so it can't be 5. Therefore, it has to be 5 times 2. Cannot be 5 times 3. That's an odd sum. And 5 times 4 is 20, which 2 digits can never add up to. So this must add up to 10. So this must be 2, 8 as a pair, which forces this to be 6 here. 2, 8 adds up to 10, which means 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6, so this must add up to 6. So therefore it's 1 and 5 as a pair, which eliminates 1 and 5 in the rest of the column. This can't be 1 or 5, it's 3. That leaves this not as 3 there. Where is 9 then in row 4? It has to be here. And this is a 1 to 2 ratio, so 6 and 12 is that, so that makes that 3. So no 3 here. Remaining digits of column 1 are 1 and 5. So that eliminates 1 and 5 in the rest of this box. That leaves that as a 7. That makes that a 9 because those are the only odd digits remaining. Okay. This can't be 2 or 8. It's 6. That eliminates 6 here, so that's 4 and 6 there. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 8 and 4. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4. That leaves this as a 2, 6 pair here. This is a 4, 8 pair here. 4 eliminates 4 here because of the 2, 6 pair in the row. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 8 and 4. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 2 and 8. 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 6 and 2. Which means this can't be 2, it's 6. That leaves that as a 2. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 2 and 6. These have to be 2 and 4 remaining, but this can't be 2 because of 2 in the box, so that's 4, that's 2. That leaves that as an 8, this as a 4, and that as a 6 for the even digits. This 5, 7 pair eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the box or row. So this has to be 1, 3, and this is 1, 3, or 9. 1, 3, or 9 cannot be 9 because of 9 in the column or box. So this is 1, 3 as a pair, which eliminates 1 and 3 here, so that's 9. We should have 8 9s, which we do. We know where the last 9 has to be. It has to be there. We don't have any information there. Remaining digits in row 6 are 1, 3, and 5. That eliminates 1, 3, and 5 in the rest of the box. Also, 1 here eliminates 1 here, so that's 5, which makes that 1. 5 eliminates 5 here, so that's 1, which makes this 5, which makes that 1. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 3 and 1 there. So no 1 here. 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 3. So there's no 3 here. This is 5, 7 as a pair, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 5 or 7 or 3. It's 1. That leaves 1, 3, 5 triplet. Eliminates 1, 3, 5 in the rest of the box. So this must be 7. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 5, which makes this 7. That eliminates 5 and 7 there. It's 3. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 5 and 7. 3 eliminates 3 and 5, eliminate 3 and 5 here, so it's 7. This can't be 7 or 5 because of 7 in the box, 5 in the row. So that's 3, which makes that 5. That leaves this digit as 3. We have a 1, 7 pair remaining in row 3. So then this can't be 7 because of 7 in the column. So that's 1, that's 7. That leaves this as 5. So no 1 here, no 3 here, no 5 here. Remaining digits of column 9, we have 1 and 3. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the row, so this is 3, which makes this 1, which makes that 5. That makes that 3 there. Remaining digits in row 7 are 5 and 7. This can't be 5 because of 5 in the column, so that's 7, which makes that 5 there, which gives us 7 here. This is 5, and this is 1. And that's how you solve it. Pretty straightforward. The ratios definitely made things pretty straight. It was pretty... Yeah, there was very limited options that you could have for each of these ratios. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Learn How to Sudoku, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.